aggressive and play to our style. So.
At least statistically, Sonny seemed to have his best game. What did you see playing alongside him? Is it just incrementally building each week for him?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Sonny's been playing well like the whole entire time, no matter what people have been saying. He's like another quarterback on the defense, and what you guys saw is a Sonny I know, and he played aggressive, and that's when he's at his best game when he can come downhill and make some plays. So I'm just really proud he's playing well, and the better days are coming for him too.
What makes Oregon's tight end Terrence Ferguson a tough matchup?
He's got good size. I mean, he's dynamic, but we approach everybody the same way, and we want to play our game and do what we do against anybody we play. So.
How do you feel you guys have done covering the middle of the field, tight ends, that sort of thing so far this year?
I mean, we could always do better. I mean, especially this last week, we had some trouble in third down, so we're tightening stuff up and just refocus and get back on it.
Cody, how would you describe the challenge that Sonny has faced, to go back to that, like having to play Mike one game, Will another, Sam? You know it better than anyone else. That can't be an easy transition for him to make.
Yeah, that's probably one of the hardest things to do. I mean, they're all super different positions, so whatever you guys are seeing out there, like it's 20, 50 times harder than you think. So he's a great processor, and he knows the defense just as well as anybody. So he's doing really well.
Cody, you were part of this defense 3 years ago. We know what happened. What do you remember about that game and how frustrating it must have been?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't. I don't think I can remember back to that time. I don't think we were prepared. Just mentally, physically, and we made a lot of mistakes. Just going back we've watched some film from that game, but it's a different team now, a different everything. So we have a different mindset, and we're ready to just attack and play our game.
Jim Knowles is here in large part because of what happened in that game.
Yeah.
How much more confident are you? How much better do you feel the defense for this one than you did 2 years ago?
Oh yeah, I have ultimate complete trust in Coach Knowles. He has his great schemes, and he's the mastermind. So we trust whatever he says, and then we're going to go accomplish it at the best level we can.
Is it exciting to have a chance to go avenge that loss this week?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we don't often get to play like out west or even teams out west, so it'll be a nice trip, and we're just trying to do our job and come home.
RPOs are pretty tough for linebackers normally to defend. What's the challenge in defending Oregon? They run a lot of those that run pretty well.
I mean, it's really all just about playing your keys, and so we'll have different things, and we're trying to change up looks and make it tough for the offense. We want to play offense on defense, so when we get in that position, we just want to do our job and play smart.
They've been pretty good at that the last 2 years. What about Oregon allows them to be so successful when they run those kind of quick hitter type plays?
I mean, yeah, they got a lot of speed, a lot of window dressing. So it's just try to communicate and be on all your keys. Really, that's really what it's about. Just communication and knowing what you have.
What do you know about Dylan Gabriel when you watch him on film?
I mean, he's a good thrower. He's a talented thrower. He can move in the pocket too. He's probably one of the better quarterbacks we face all season. So it's been our job to contain him and limit his playmaking ability.
Cody, Brandon said that at least maybe on their side of the ball they've been playing with a little bit more edge in practice this week. Would you say the same for you guys? Yeah, no, we definitely. I think it even started last week when we decided, or we knew we had to make a change because we knew the type of game we're going to play, and so we just want to keep that consistent. We have to play with an edge because we know that we have to dominate every time we play. So if we can't do it in practice, we're not going to be able to do it in the game. When you say make a change,
just sometimes you never know when you can turn it up a little bit, and so you have to make that deliberate change. So you can turn it up, crank it up just a little bit more. Like every time you're out there, just to remind yourself you can go a little harder, you can do a little more. So it's just really that's what it was about. Just playing as hard as you can, and then just finding that little extra inch, and that's all what our program is about. Just that extra inch, is the extra play.
I know it's his first year, playing here, but Will Howard's had a lot of experience in big games. Just what's it mean to the defensive team as a whole, knowing that you've got a quarterback out there that's kind of been there, done that in these type of games?
Yeah, no, I mean it's pretty cool. I mean when you guys are watching the games, we're on the sideline and the offense is out there, we're in all just like you guys are. I watch those guys go out there and I have ultimate confidence in them. So. Will's putting a lot of work here, like a ton of work. And, what you guys are seeing on Saturday is really just him putting it all together and the offense really putting it all together.
Do you see things like that in practice where you're just like, freshman quarterback might not do maybe some of the things you see Will does?
Yeah, I mean, he has great composure, and, a lot of work goes into that even before you get out to the game. And, he's working on that every day. So, I mean, I'm just happy to see him, excel on the field and I'm excited to see what we can do Saturday.
Cody, how do you make sure, obviously tackling is important in every game, it's been very important this week. How do you make sure that you're sound, tackling wise when you don't really tackle throughout the week in practice?
Yeah, I mean that's always an emphasis for us. We have to be better at tackling. I have to be better at tackling. It's really about positioning and feet and leverage, and we're working it every day. And you never want to finish in the wrong leverage or wrong bad feet or anything. So it's a big focus for us all the time, and it's gonna be a big challenge this week because they have a lot of dynamic players.
When you're facing a scheme that can put you in a little more conflict, not that Iowa didn't keys, but they are pretty run heavy, obviously. When you're facing an offense that can put you in more conflict, have a lot more window dressing and things like this, what added challenge is that as a linebacker?
You need to know your stuff even that much more. Like, extra studying, extra film work. I mean, we're all prepared. I mean, we know what's next week, so we can give all we can right now. We have time to rest later, so we can put all this work in now. So it's really about just knowing what you have and being confident that you know it too.
Cody, did you say you guys rewatched that loss, the Oregon game?
I mean, I was going through some of those clips just because sometimes I lose some sleep over that game. That's where I grew a lot of maturity out of that game because of stuff that gets said after that stuff, and I was a sophomore, so I was like, wow, this is college football. So, but I just watched a couple of those plays.
Okay, so that wasn't Jim Knowles sitting
Oh, no.
down and you lived through that.
No, not deliberately. No.
What did you learn? You mentioned you learned a lot of maturity and you grew a lot of maturity from that game. What specific lessons did you take from that?
The biggest thing I learned that is, as great as everything is out there, all the hype and everything, that like your team and the people around you, the people who we grind every day with, that's all the people that matter. Like I've gotten a whole bunch of messages from people that I probably shouldn't have looked at and anything, and I just you block it all out, and whatever, all that matters is what's in this building right here. So that's the main thing I focus and I've learned from that time.
Cody, you were one of a handful of guys who was here 3 years ago. You and Denzel and some of the other guys. How much do you guys talk about that game?
Shoot, I mean, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but we don't really want to focus on the past. We can only really worry about what's right now, and that's why I don't really want to focus too much on that game because it's a completely different team, it's a completely different scheme, everything's different. So, we just want to be able to go out there and do our job.